Look around you. Every young person dreams of a better life, yet many remain stuck in the same cycle. Study hard, get a job, earn just enough to survive, and repeat until old age. But what if I told you that the real difference between being trapped in poverty and building wealth isn't luck? It's mindset? The new generation has more tools, opportunities, and knowledge than ever before. The only question is, will you use them or waste them? The trap of waiting. Most of us are raised to believe that success comes only after years of schooling, followed by decades of working for someone else. But here's the harsh truth. A job alone rarely makes anyone wealthy. At best, it pays the bills. At worst, it locks you in survival mode. Think about it. If you spend your entire life working for a salary, when do you get the chance to build something that belongs to you? Learning from example, Warren Buffett. Take Warren Buffett, one of the world's richest men. He didn't become wealthy by spending recklessly or chasing temporary trends. Instead, he developed the habit of saving and investing small amounts while he was still a teenager. At an age when most of his friends were busy buying cars, gadgets, or new clothes to impress others, Buffett was quietly buying stocks and thinking long-term. He understood something most young people ignore: that every dollar saved and invested today grows into something far bigger tomorrow. That simple choice, made in his youth, completely changed the course of his life. While his friends enjoyed short-term pleasures, Buffett was building the foundation for long-term wealth. He wasn't lucky. He wasn't born into billions. He was disciplined. And that discipline of saying no to wasteful spending and yes to smart investing turned him into one of the greatest financial minds in history. His story proves a timeless truth. Wealth doesn't begin with millions in your bank account. It begins with a mindset. It begins with discipline. And it begins with the courage to delay instant gratification so you can build something far greater in the future. The power of saving. Early. Many young people convince themselves by saying, "I'll start saving when I earn more." But the truth is harsh. If you can't save from a small income, you won't magically start saving from a big one either. Why? Because saving is not about the amount. It's about the habit. Money doesn't change your discipline. Discipline changes how you handle money. Even if you set aside just a small percentage every month, you're training yourself to think long-term. That little amount may not look impressive today, but over time it grows into something powerful. It's like planting a tiny seed. At first, it seems too small to matter, but with consistency and patience, that seed turns into a tree that can provide shade, fruits, and strength for years to come. Now, imagine starting today. 5 years from now, you'll look back and thank yourself for having the wisdom to plant those seeds when others were wasting their chance. 10 years from now, you'll realize that what seemed small was actually the beginning of your financial independence. That's the real magic of building the habit early. Investing, making money work for you. But saving alone isn't enough. If money just sits, it loses value. That's why the rich don't only work for money. They make money work for them. Whether it's stocks, real estate, or even crypto, investing allows your savings to grow. Yes, there are risks, but the bigger risk is never investing at all and staying stuck in the same financial place year after year. Think about this. If you had invested just $100 in Amazon in the late 90s, today it would be worth thousands. If you had bought Bitcoin when no one believed in it, you might have been a millionaire by now. These aren't just stories of luck. They are lessons that opportunities come, but only those who prepare can seize them. Entrepreneurship, building something of your own. Still, the most powerful way to break the poverty cycle is through entrepreneurship. Starting a business doesn't always mean opening a giant company. It can be a small service, a digital product, or even an online store. Every great company you see today, Apple, Microsoft, even Tesla, started as a small idea in someone's mind. Take Steve Jobs, for example. He started Apple from a garage. He didn't have millions. He didn't even have stability. What he had was vision, creativity, and the courage to try. That courage created one of the most valuable companies in history. The lesson for young people. The lesson is clear. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. Start with what you have, where you are. Build a habit of saving, learn the basics of investing, and use your creativity to build something of your own. Even a small step today can create a completely different future tomorrow. The danger of lifestyle addiction. One of the biggest reasons young people struggle financially isn't a lack of income. It's lifestyle addiction. The constant urge to upgrade to the latest phone, buy branded clothes, drive flashy cars, or spend money just to look good on social media has trapped millions in a cycle of poverty. The problem is simple. When you spend money to impress people, that money is gone forever. It never comes back. And slowly, you're building a life where your image looks rich, but your bank account is empty. Wealthy people understand a different rule. They buy assets first, things that put money in their pocket, like investments, businesses, or property. Once those assets grow, they use the profit to buy luxuries. Poor people do the opposite. They buy liabilities first, things that look good today but drain them tomorrow. This is why someone earning a high salary can still end up broke, while someone with a small income but smart choices slowly becomes wealthy. Every purchase you make is a decision. Is this moving me closer to financial freedom? Or is it keeping me stuck in the same cycle? The shoes will get old, the phone will be outdated, the car will lose value, but money invested in an asset will grow, multiply, and open doors for your future. Mindset over money. Success in life has never been about how much money you start with. It's about how you think. A young person with only $50 but the right mindset, discipline, and patience will eventually beat someone who starts with $5,000 but lacks control. Why? Because money without mindset is like water in a leaking bucket. It disappears. But when your mindset is strong, even the smallest amount becomes a seed that you can grow into something great. Your mindset creates your habits. Habits create opportunities. And opportunities, when taken, create wealth. Think of it this way. Two people receive the same paycheck. One spends it all on entertainment, food, and luxuries. The other saves a portion, invests it, and keeps learning new skills. In 10 years, their lives will look completely different. Not because of how much they started with, but because of how they thought about money. History is full of people who began with nothing but used the right mindset to create fortunes. They weren't lucky. They were consistent. They believed in patience. They believed in growth. And they believed that wealth starts in the mind long before it shows up in the bank. Real example. Howard Schultz. Look at Howard Schultz, the man behind Starbucks. He grew up in a poor family in Brooklyn, living in public housing. His father worked tough, low-paying jobs and struggled to provide for the family. Life wasn't easy, and Schultz could have accepted that poverty as his destiny. But he didn't. He pushed himself through education, worked hard, and one day discovered the idea of building a coffee business. At first, nobody believed people would pay extra for a cup of coffee. But Schultz had a vision. He saw coffee as more than a drink. He saw it as an experience. He faced rejection from investors who thought his idea was crazy, but he kept going. Eventually, his persistence turned Starbucks into a global empire, worth billions of dollars. Today, Starbucks is not just about coffee. It's a symbol of how vision, persistence, and belief in yourself can transform an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. His story proves one powerful lesson. Your background does not decide your future. Your choices do. So what does this mean for you sitting here today? It means you have no excuse. You have access to more knowledge, more technology, and more opportunities than any generation before you. But knowledge without action is wasted. Start saving, even if it's small. Start investing, even if it's just learning how. Start a business, even if it begins as a side hustle. Remember, the cycle of poverty is not broken by waiting. It is broken by building. You don't need to be rich to start, but you do need to start to be rich. So ask yourself, 5 years from now, do you want to look back with regret or with pride? The choice is yours. Build discipline. Build courage. Build something that belongs to you. And if this message inspired you, don't forget to subscribe.